Hey, so welcome back. This longer dive, creating the life you haven't lived yet. And there's a few things that surround what I'm going to be talking about. It's like my intention and a few observations I've made about the subject. And looking as if you were looking down on this subject, my thoughts were, this starts now. Starts right now. And you don't have to be ready, by the way. You don't have to be ready. You just have to start now. And what I want to tell you is, this is your choice. Of course it's your choice. But you get the right to choose. And the thing is, I believe in you. I believe in you, and I want to support you in this. Yeah, a bit hammy, isn't it? But that's what I'm going to do. That's why I'm here. How do I want you to feel through all of this? Well, that feeling is, I can do this. I can do this. And why is it so important? Even though you don't know what I'm going to talk about, why is it so important? Because it's our responsibility, yours and mine. No one else's. No one gets involved in this. It's our responsibility to create this life we haven't yet lived yet. And that's what we're going to do. You see, I talked on the last FMQ about everyone's got a book inside them. But not everyone has to write it. Not write it physically out there. You can do. Awesome. If you feel like you've got a book inside. But this is like taking that metaphor of the book of your life. And I've got a lovely process that I've adapted that is going to help you actually get your unconscious mind to begin to align with your conscious mind and write the chapters of what yet to happen. So you're an author. You are an author already. In fact, you write a page a day, at least. You write a page a day because you create the life you're going to live today, right now. You may not know it consciously, but that's what you do. And you decide your day. Again, is it conscious? Sometimes. Unconscious? Absolutely. Put the two together, it can create mayhem. It can create wonders. But when we set our intention of how we want to be, and they're aligned, conscious and unconscious, we can now start writing those paragraphs, those chapters, and form a wonderful dedication. Because we can dedicate this and our life to the people who's come to us in the past. But we've still got mentors to come and experiences to come in the future. And I think sometimes we get involved with other people, sometimes too much. We try to write their chapters, their paragraphs. And it's not our responsibility. Yes, we can be there to support, mentor, but ultimately it's up to them to take responsibility, write their own and create their own life. And then there's the other side of that. Sometimes we let other buggers write our lives as if they're imposing what we should do. Oh, you could do this. You ought to do that. Why don't you do this? It's that's the right thing to do. And they don't bloody know because they're not you. They haven't got your experiences. They haven't got your learnings. They haven't got anything. They just know you from over there. But they don't know you in here, do they? Only one person knows you in here. And that's you. Anyway, well, having said all of that, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm sorry. But this is what I'm going to do. Just follow along with me if you could. Just take this time out. Be open, be curious. And follow along with me. Because on this metaphor that everyone has a book inside them, whether you actually physically write it or whether you just create it, it's just a story. but you are creating that story. You can look back over yesterday, that was part of your story. You can look back over a month ago, that was a year ago. But you look into the future and decide how you want it to be. And the thing is, you see, because it's your choice, you can either live on the effect side of life, which is cause and effect, allow other people to cause you to be a certain way, or it's the weather, the financial situation, I can't do this because, all bloody reasons. Good reasons? No, they're bloody excuses, aren't they? Cause and effect. You live in the effect side of life. But when you start to take responsibility, you are creating. You're choosing. You chose, if you did, to live at the effect side of life, rather, you chose that unconsciously, consciously. You let it happen. Now you can stop. Because you can do this. You can begin to write every paragraph, every chapter, creatively. You see, when you become at cause, you take responsibility, you become totally bloody empowered. Because it's you. I've got this. Happy day. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take responsibility for this creation. And the best part about this process, the process I want to share with you, it doesn't matter if you're feeling 100% absolutely wonderful, or maybe you're not loving the world and you're struggling, or you're struggling just a little bit, or you're struggling big time, or even if you're in therapy. Why? Because it works on your desires, your dreams, and giving your permission to create and have those dreams and desires. So it doesn't really matter what chapters have gone on before. It's now creating your future, how you want to be. So it doesn't matter whatever stage you are in your life or right now, this is going to help. This is going to do something. You are going to be the director of your book. Well, the author. So what I want you to do is whatever state of mind you're in at the moment, just suspend a little bit of doubt, if you've got any, and for a few moments, open up your curiosity. Give yourself a break. Yeah, just give yourself a break to say, well, if it did work, if I did follow Cluffy's little process, I wonder how good it could happen. I wonder what wonderful effects it will have. That's an awesome question. And you see, what we're going to do is this wonderful process based on an NLP process called, it's a visualization, maybe a bit hypnosis, bit hypnotic, but it's called My Autobiography, but I've changed it slightly. I've adapted it. Adapted it to be for not the life you've lived, but the life you want to live. Yours, no one else's. So that's what we're going to do. And all you're going to do is put aside 10 minutes. That's all, just 10 minutes. Well, give or take. That's all it is. Have you got 10 minutes? Of course you bloody have. Everyone's got bloody 10 minutes. Especially with the chance of creating something really nice. Really good. Good for a change right now. Now you may need a little notebook. Or a big one, I don't care. A piece of paper, a pen. Because sometimes we get instant ahas. Instant insights. You go, that's it, got it. Write the bugger down. Because if you don't write it down, what happens? Someone says, oh, by the way, and bugger, it's gone. What was I thinking about? It's disappeared. So let's write the bugger down. You can go back to it. And that's what we're going to do. And remember, curiosity. What does curiosity feel like? Because I want you to feel curious just before you do this process. Because when you're curious and you've got this little thought in mind, I wonder what I can learn from this. You're going to learn big time. So, this is what I want you to do. I just want you to find a comfortable place. A place where you will be undisturbed for around 10 minutes or so. So if you need to, pause. Come back to this when you've got somewhere nice and gentle. It could be on the outside, out in the fresh air. It could be inside in a nice quiet place. And set that intention. I wonder what I can learn from this right now. Okay, so get that feeling of curiosity. Remember a time when you were so curious and you learned something great. And if you were to feel that feeling right now, what would that be like? And as you feel that feeling, allow your eyes to close, because you've got this safe space where you're going to be undisturbed for 10 minutes or so. You're lying down or sitting down, it doesn't matter. And breathe. Take a wonderful in-breath. Hold it just for a few seconds and let it out long and slow. That's right. And as you do that, you may even wonder how comfortable you could be. What would it be like to be twice as comfortable as you are right now? What would that feel like? Oh, yeah. And if your muscles around your eyes were so soft, maybe the eyelids wouldn't want to work, but that softness in the muscles of your eyes can penetrate all your body, all the muscles, the sinews, everything. Just with every out-breath, you get more and more comfortable. That's all you need to be. And as you do that, I want you to imagine you're sitting in a room. You're in a room sitting at a desk. And on that desk, there's a lovely book. Some of it has already been written in. And if you looked at the cover, it would say, "My life, my adventure." And you notice the pages have been written on. Your life that's gone by. It's already been written. The ups and the downs, the pleasures, maybe even trauma. It doesn't matter. It's gone. It's gone and been done with. You've learnt from it. And as you sit there, you can see a wonderful pen. And you can think now, I wonder, how would I like tomorrow to be? Maybe how would I like next month to be? Maybe how would I like the next 6 months to be? I wonder what I'm planning to do and enjoy over the next year. And that book, The Unwritten Pages, is really thick because you've got so many pages to fill. Now, as you begin to think and that you pick up that pen and begin to put it on the page, it might start writing. But as you just think, get curious of how you would like the days of the rest of your life to be, to experience, to enjoy, to create. I want you to imagine leaving your body and floating outside this room, because on one wall, it's a clear wall, like a lovely plastic glass. It's all safe. And you're on the other side now, looking at you, writing. Yeah, you're writing the rest of that book. How you want your life to be. How all the adventures, the things you want, the pleasures. Like your hero's journey. Following your path, your passions. And you're over there writing them now. See the smile on your face as you are creating wonderful, wonderful characters that you meet along the way. But then, as you stand here, looking at you at that desk, you also notice beside you people who you love. They're here too, looking at you over there. People you love, and then the other side, there's people you respect. Maybe your mentors, maybe people you've read about. They're all here with you. You may not be able to see them all, but you can feel the essence and energy of their presence. And you can imagine, if you wanted to, looking through any of their eyes and seeing what they would see as they look at you creating your future. Looking through the eyes of love for you, sending you all their energy so you can use it with inspiration, intuition, ahas, those moments of just wonder, so you can create over there, beginning to create something that you can sometimes not even imagine possible, but now you can, because you have all the support. Maybe you look through the eyes of someone who loves you, and look through their eyes, through the eyes of love at you over there. Feel that love being sent to you over there, giving you the quality of pure love. That's right. All this energy, all this wonderful love being, as it were, beamed to you, that you over there. And just from here, you might want to begin to think, if that you over there could have the life they want in all different areas of their life. Maybe all the different areas of context. Could be family, could be social, could be work, relationships, the mental, physical, spiritual, connection, family. They can dream of how they want it in each area. No editing, because each time they think about it, how their life would be, they can feel it. You can feel it now. Feel how you would send the energy of how you want your relationships to be in the future. How you want your career to be in the future. Your social life. Your free time. How do you want to be physically, emotionally? Having that connection. And feel it. Feel each one from here and send that feeling to that you over there. And just let that happen over and over again. Your unconscious mind can do it even more. But your conscious mind can imagine now become the dreamer. And your unconscious mind can be the dream maker. That's right, because you're taking responsibility. You're empowered. And you can have it any way you want, because this is you, this is yours, your imagination of how you want the rest of your life to be. And as you feel each one of those, begin to bring them all together as you float back into that room, into that you, sitting in that chair and at that desk. And you might not see the words being written because you're writing this day by day in real life. I want you to take those feelings and magnify them. Magnify the feeling of how you want life to be. The ultimate vision of yourself, your best version. When you're creating the life you were meant to do. The reason you're here on this little old planet Earth, making a difference. Socially. At work, career. Selfless service. Feeling of wonderful relationships. What it's like to be mentally strong. Emotionally so good. Accessing all wonderful positive emotions and spreading true love. How it feels to be physically, just the way you want it. Having that connection. Maybe there's a spiritual side of this too. And feel them all. So there's you writing your book. Can have everything you dream of. And as you do that, I want you to just float all the way out this room now. Leave that you out there at that desk to continue writing. And come back into you right now. And just for a moment, just wonder, what have I learned from this? What could I do right now? How can I begin to create the next paragraph, the next chapter of my life? How can I begin to create the life I dream of? What's a smaller step in each and every one of those wonderful contexts, areas of your life? So you know you're creating this. And allow that just to settle in, and knowing, and be curious. I wonder, how rich can this be? Because it's going to be the rest of your life, creating the adventure of your life, of enjoyment, of joy, of love, of wonderful adventures, meeting wonderful people, doing all wonderful things, and being the true you are meant to be. And with that, take a wonderful in-breath with me. Let it out nice and slow. And open your eyes. There you go. Open your eyes. Look around the room. Give yourself, can you spell your surname backwards? Just to bring yourself back into the E-I-H-G-U-O-L-C. Cluffy. That's me, backwards. There you go. And it just breaks that little thing now. So now we can live that life. And if you do have that paper and pencil, and if there is anything, I love it in a little book because they carry it around with you, because at any moment you could get that intuition, that aha moment. So you can record the things, the insights, the intuitions, the wonderful, that's what I'm going to do. And then you can just let that book inside you to be written as you create it. If there's anything you need, there's over 1,000 bloody episodes now of this tiny little podcast. So there's loads of tools, processes here, lots of insights. If you need a help to find something that matches your needs, let me know. feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. That's my email address. And I'll try to direct you to different areas. You've also got, because some of this is, you're going to want to say, well, what type of state do I want to be in? How do I want to plan my future? How do I, this one particular goal that I'm really now so enthused about, how can I go about it? There are, as I say, loads of previous episodes. There is a complimentary, I don't like the word free, but it is free, complimentary hypnosis tracks, 6 of them at the moment. I'm going to do more. All different areas of change work. So you can just sit down for a change and maybe just sit down for a spell and allow them to be your tools for creating the life you want. But most importantly, just take responsibility to live it, because it's your responsibility. I've got mine. I've got to live mine. And part of it is doing this. I love doing this. If there's anything you need, if you think of there's an issue, well, then I may be able to direct you to an episode or a hypnosis track. But if something specific and I'm going to go, I want to do that process now, let me know and I'll do a longer podcast. Maybe a shorter FMQ to sow the seeds, and then we can really dive in deeply, just like this. Adapting processes, creating new ones. All the things that I enjoy. So I'm being really selfish here, because I really want to just enjoy doing this type of work. As long as I can. As long as the runway is. Let me see what I can do. Have fun. Please share this. I say it every bloody time. You probably don't, but if you would, please share this too. If you only shared this to a couple of people, and they shared it to a couple of people, paying it forward would be awesome, because so many people would get the change. But if not, okay, fine. But I'd like you to. And press that subscribe button, because every time there's something comes up, you get the opportunity to, at worst, waste 10 or 20 minutes of your life that you'll never get back. But I don't think it'll ever be a waste. There'll always be a little golden nugget or something that you can rely on in the future. And then there's all those other wonderful podcasts and books and YouTube videos that you can dive into to create too. And I'd love to know the type of things that you listen to, you look at, because it might inspire me and I'd want to learn too. Anyway, that's it from me. Have more fun than you can stand, and simply enjoy creating your life, because you can, and it's your responsibility to do it. So there you are. Go on, off you go. Go fly.
This is Personal Development Unplugged with Paul Clough.
In simplicity, there is genius.
In simplicity, there is genius.